Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty rough. So when you look at that, so how important is visual analysis when it comes to? Because I remember, for example, when we had an event in my country some years ago where there was, let's say, a high risk national event where all the world leaders attended. And we knew in the weeks before there were, let's say, a bunch of quote unquote fishing vessels visiting our waters.
Yeah.
And when you looked at the imagery of those fishing vessels, they had an awful lot of antennas on it. Would that be something that you think is important that OSINT investigators look at to make more sense of the data or more sense of what they literally can see with their eyeballs?
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. Like you need imagery to do maritime analysis. Otherwise, you're just making I mean, it's always kind of a guess because you can't you can't always verify. But especially with maritime, if you do not have visual confirmation, it is kind of a pretty wild guess because you are assuming that what you're seeing is true and you don't know. So if a vessel is saying it's in the port of Virginia, is it there? I can only go by their broadcasts of it, and they can change that. They can manipulate that unless I see it on satellite or somebody has taken a picture of it to verify.
Yeah, yeah. So when we talk about ocean, we also very often talk about disinformation, propaganda, misinformation. How common is that in the maritime world? When you look at, for example, conflict zones like Ukraine or maybe near the Gaza Strip, where there's also ships sailing the sea. Is this something that you need to deal with? Let's say the flood of accurate or maybe inaccurate information.
I think so. I think like with anything, you have to verify, just assume that it's inaccurate and until proven otherwise. Uh, what I see, and this could just be because of the circles that I travel in and like how many OSINT people I follow. Um, there are a lot of people, especially now, who want to be analysts, who report things, and I'm sure you've seen this, who report things that they feel are true as truth, and it's not necessarily verified or truth. So we see it, an analyst reporting something, we can't always believe that they know what they're doing. So this happens in maritime all the time. Oh, I saw the ship doing this. I went to marine traffic. I looked at its path. It's doing XYZ. It's probably doing something illegal. But then, a trained analyst looks at it and they go, oh, well, they're not allowed to travel that close to Taiwan or whatever, based on their knowledge, their historical knowledge of the area or shipping lanes or something like that. So I
Yeah.
think it's very important to verify everything that you are getting from other analysts online. Like if I post something, don't always take it as fact. Like
No.
verify it yourself.
Yeah, it's the OSINT ABC. Assume
Yeah.
nothing, believe no one, check everything, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially
There's-
with the Russia stuff. Everybody wants to post about that. It's very cool. Oh, I saw the ship doing this thing, or they blew up this thing over here, and it moves so fast on social media that not everything gets checked, and then it goes out, and everybody takes it as fact, and that can be dangerous.